In this video, we are trying to prove that triangle DEF is congruent to triangle GEF. Let's start our proof by writing out our given statements. All right, let's dive into our proof. In this video, we're going to use the definition of congruent triangles, which simply states that if all of the corresponding parts of our two triangles are congruent, then the triangles are congruent. So for these triangles, the corresponding parts are going to be the three sides and the three angles. Let's start off with our sides. Looking at the given statements, we are told that sides DE and GE are congruent. So those each have one tick on them, showing that they are corresponding and congruent. We're also told that sides DF and GF are congruent. These two sides are corresponding, and the two ticks are indicating that they are congruent. So that's 2 out of the 3 corresponding sides listed as congruent. All we need to do is show that the third pair of sides is congruent. Now, the third pair of sides in each triangle is side EF. The two triangles share side EF. Well, we can use that to our advantage because side EF is congruent to side EF. And we can say that by the reflexive property. So that satisfies our sides. All 3 sides of one triangle are listed as congruent to the 3 sides in the other triangle. So let's deal with our angles next. Looking back at our given statements, we see that angle D is congruent to angle G. So those two angles have the 2 arcs on them. So that's great. We're also told that angle DFE, that's this angle right here, is congruent to angle GFE. GFE is this angle right here. So we already have 2 out of the 3 corresponding angles listed as congruent. And we need to show that the third pair of angles is congruent. Well, to our advantage, there is a theorem that we can use. It's called the Third Angles Theorem, and it simply states that if 2 angles in one triangle are congruent to 2 triangles in another triangle, then the third angles in each triangle, that pair of angles, is congruent. So the third angle in triangle DEF will be right here, angle DEF. And that will be congruent to the third angle in the second triangle corresponding GEF. And that is by the Third Angles Theorem. All right, so we've listed all of the corresponding sides as congruent. We've listed all of the corresponding angles are congruent. Therefore, we can conclude that the 2 triangles are congruent. And that is by the definition of congruent triangles. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.